All right, hello. Sorry in advance for any coughing in the background, but I did get sick today. You'll have to excuse me about that. But today I'm gonna show you what is, in my opinion, the most buffed weapon of the entire patch in Warframe 1999, and that is the Kuva Com. Sorry. So why exactly is this weapon just so strong now? Well, first and foremost, this arcane. Primary crux. This arcane, it was like it was made for the Kumva Com. It's so incredibly insane on it that it completely outshines every other arcane by a mile. First of all, yes, it has to be a weak point hit, but because this is a shotgun with quite a bit of fire rate, weak point hits can stack up really quickly. On top of that, because it's a shotgun, you have access to some really important new and old mods. First of all, Atomic Fallout is here, and then you can also put the new magnetic stripe that gives you plus magnetic and plus fire rate. And because of this, now on the Kuva comp, by getting a hit progenitor, you can have corrosive, puncture, magnetic impact, slash, radiation, and heat at the same time. And if you don't want corrosive, you can just swap this like this and have a viral instead of corrosive. But I do think corrosive is better in this case because of the amount of stacks that this thing gets. So I don't know if you know the base stats of the Kuvacom. It has a base status chance of 90% and a base magazine of 209. With Atomic Fallout giving you plus 40% magazine capacity, this takes you all the way up to 293 magazine, which is absolutely crazy, in my opinion. Especially combined with primary crooks. Right now, you can see my primary crooks is only rank 3. Getting this primary crooks to rank 5 completely breaks this weapon. I've already seen some stuff and I really want to get it, but I didn't have the time with the challenge and all that, and I haven't been playing Warframe since the challenge a lot because, obviously I was playing all day, every day for a week straight. But the thing is, just imagine this stacks it 10 times, so it's 60% ammo efficiency and 300% status chance on a weapon with a base status chance of 90%. So it just gets crazy. You do one shot, and one shot will put 7 status procs onto your enemy. And those status procs will then buff up from your galvanized modes, and it just breaks. So a small showcase here, yes, there's normal enemies with just Wisp Pirate. And because of the fire rate from Magnetic Veil, the fire rate is even more bonkers now with every Warframe that you can take. But adding something on top of that just breaks it. So now that we have stacked everything, you see my bullets are pretty much not running out ever, even though with the insane fire that we got. But the important thing is this. I'll shoot this guy once. We see 5, 4, 5, 3, 3, 4, 6, 4. Like it's crazy. They just explode into status effects. They literally explode into status effects. It's absolutely mental. And this is what happened to the com. The com, out of every single weapon that I've seen in the entire patch that doesn't abuse the accuracy bug, I will still call it bug because I don't think it's intentional. Um, Everything that is not the accuracy bug, everything that is normal. Kuvacom is ridiculous. There are some really strong secondaries with accuracy that they do not abuse the bug, and they can abuse blast with accuracy. They deal like 20 million blast procs. They're really strong. But this is something else. This is an absolute meat grinder of a weapon now. It used to be already very strong, but with the introduction of this, your ammo issues are gone. Your shotgun is dealing a million status procs per second and a million damage per second. It's an absolute meat grinder. And we're gonna see it on an actual mission, because obviously you don't want to see this simulacrum test. You want to see what it does on an actual mission. So I didn't show you guys the Riven, and that is the important part, because the Riven that I have is not the greatest for the Kuva Com. It is really good in general, because it does have multi-shot, which is this one. As you see, multi-shot hit, crit damage, these are really good stats. It has negative Grenier. Now, it says 0.52 there, but that's for the normal comb. The Kuva comb is here, so 175.75 and 67.67 to Grineer. So we do 33% less damage to Grineer from that. It's a minus Bane mode, which severely would impact our damage against Grineer. So what better way to test this by going to Selkie and fighting Grineer themselves, in my opinion. Now, as I said, it's not only good for Wisma, because magnetic strafe, I think that's what the mode called for the shotguns. It gives you fire rate for shotguns plus magnetic. So it is completely insane on this weapon. You get free magnetic, which is already absolutely insane, because Kuvacom didn't really want magnetic, it wanted heat, because heat procs stack up really, really quickly. And now you just have this extra magnetic procs, and you can just go. And it has innate punch through. It's an absolute mid-grinder. This is one of the only hit scans that can probably do 100 kills per minute extremely easily, with minimal effort now. As long as you can find a point where you can aim at the general direction, anything you see will absolutely get annihilated. And on my 7-day challenge, because I knew about this interaction, this was this was the weapon that I chose to use as the primer to get my damage cap with the 10 planks. And it worked perfectly. It is absolutely crazy what they did to this weapon. Not even intentionally, they didn't buff it directly. This weapon just got buffed by new mods being added into the game. And you see primary crux is full on right now. It's half of the value that it would get normally, so you see my ammo going down? That would be going down half as fast with a maxed out primary crux. And overall, yeah, it is really ridiculous the amount of damage you can dish out with this. We can do a funny disruption too, to see like single target damage, but you can pretty much use this weapon anywhere now. Before you could like use it for some purposes of priming, I guess, or some purposes of dealing DOTs against tough enemies. Now it's just an all-purpose weapon that is absolutely bonkers. We have something really strong here. And you could in theory build it for hybrid if you had the Riven mods for that. I have a Riven mod that gives them crit damage, so to get the crit chance, I use Arcane Avenger and Nardaza. Oh no, actually no, I don't have an Avenger anymore. I use Crepuscular now, because it's just better on Whisper Roll, but if you really wanted to, you could just use Avenger. And get the crit above 100%. Get some oranges in there. But, as you can see, it's really not needed. Somehow I'm still getting orange crits even though I only have Nardaza. Don't ask me how, I don't know either. I genuinely don't. Maybe it's bugged. It could be bugged. Regardless, everything just dies so quickly, and if I can see, 272, it's close to 100 kills per minute by just messing around and not really focusing or doing anything. So on a better tile set, on enemies that don't take 33% less damage, on a maxed out arcane, just getting better stats overall, you can easily reach ludicrous amounts of damage. Right now, from the making of this video, the Riven mods for the Kuvacom are still relatively cheap at 15 plat, so if you do want one, I suggest you buy it now and not wait. Because those prices are gonna skyrocket the moment people find out how ridiculously strong this weapon became from the new mods and the new arcanes and everything. And I'm all for it. This is one of my favorite primary weapons in the game. It's definitely my favorite shotgun. I always like fast-firing weapons and weapons with a lot of magazine. This feels like a shotgun LMG type of thing, and I'm all for it. So we're gonna play till 5 minutes, wait for Acolytes, then do the disruption as well to showcase solo, not solo, but single target capability. But yeah, anything you find like a good hallway instead of the open space that I have right now, and it's easy 100 kill per minute on this weapon. Which, considering this is a non-AoE, just hit scan weapon, that is really insane. Like, that is really crazy. So 410 kills for minutes. Acolyte coming. I will use my Eclipse here, just to boost my damage a bit. Is she above me? Oh, she will get rid of my Eclipse. She got rid of my buffs too. Unlucky. Oh man. Good. We love violence. You know, on the Smurf account, on the 7-day challenge, I was getting invaded by everything. I didn't really care. When I get invaded by violence, it was always like really, really difficult for me to deal with her, especially with the lack of having operator chains and all that. Last gasp and everything, but you know, even now she's giving me some problems. But the considering it didn't have Eclipse active because Valence took it away and took away my buffs, still killed her almost quickly enough for me to not die. She was, I think, 30% health, something. So definitely okay against Acolytes, which is not something you normally get on a full status weapon. This doesn't really abuse crits, even though the build obviously does have crits, but that's because of the Ardaza synergy. So I got a compressor. I'm not really gonna use it. I don't think I need it for the disruption mission. This thing will absolutely annihilate the disruption mission on its own. So yeah, I'm not really that scared of the mission at all. You know, usually when I want to showcase a primary gun and its full capabilities, I would use the compressor to buff it up. I can do that here as well, but I feel like it's like not needed at all. There is no purpose. The gun buff itself with the priming, and the only thing that is missing is the Varro. So I guess I could use compressor for the Varro, like 2 shots, and then just use that for max damage, but that's about it. So you saw the fire rate right now without a fire rate buff to get a feeling a bit. See how it is. It's still relatively decent. But obviously, if you are running something that is different than Wisp, if you don't care about the crits, then obviously change the Prime Ravage mode for a fire rate mode, and that should be absolutely fine. Which, by the way, there is a fire rate mode for the shotguns that is plus 90% fire rate minus 15% damage. But at the same time, shotgun spaz is plus 90% fire rate with no downside and cost is exact same, so I'm not really sure why the other mode even exists at this point. Anyways, also Roar should be better than Eclipse on this, but I'm just using Eclipse. So as you see, the heat procs, yeah, it just goes up all the time. So if you really just want that single target damage, you can go Elementalist and the heat procs will absolutely demolish them. Maybe get some Crepuscular going on the next one, some more priming from Compressor. But you don't really need it. Overall, the weapon is pretty bonkers now. So now without Eclipse, that was Kavat buff plus Crepuscular to showcase the difference. It's huge, to be honest, and that was without Eclipse. So with Eclipse, that guy probably gets 2 tapped or something. Especially counting in all the hit procs that he's getting, because me shooting him, we can see like 70-80 hit procs very, very quickly. So Definitely something to look out for. Also, the best thing about primary Crux is that you don't need to get a kill to get the maximum effect of it. You can just shoot at the enemy's head and you get the effect from it. The best part by far, because sometimes later on these missions, when you go to level cap and stuff, it's really hard to keep up with the merciless deadhead dexterity arcanes that you may use. For this, it's no big deal. 100, 200, 100 slash books too. Like, damn. He should die from all the procs. If he doesn't, I'll go back for him. Now I prime this guy with compressor. Get max damage. Oh, you actually didn't die. Cool. One shot from death. I'll do one more just to showcase everything together, like Eclipse, Compressor, everything. So the maximum potential, I guess, and then we can go. But yeah, it's just a really good shotgun AoE weapon now, if you want something else than just shooting the ground in general as well. This is way, way more fun. Where are my buffs? My buffs are gone. I guess they were electrified conduits. I'll use this in order to be able to showcase the whole thing. See? And that's what happens when you combine them all together. It really is beautiful. But yeah, we got many this time. We can take revenge easily. Nah. I mean, she casts the ability. I can't hit her after. Regardless, it's still really, really strong as a weapon. Also, if there are any Greek people watching this video, they'll realize I'm Greek from the way I have named the weapon. Because it's a meme. I don't need to translate it. It's not anything racist or something. This is like shotgun Kuva vomits. Because in my head it's like, this gun vomits all of its ammo to the enemy and kills them. So that's funny. It's really strong. I mean, nothing else to say. It's just really, really strong as a weapon now. Definitely a very good pick. If you, especially if you are a new player right now, you need something to carry you in base star charts. This can easily do it. And I'm dead serious when I say this because I did try it on the Smurf account. If you get one, and I do mean one primary crux, that's it. You're done. You can do it. And if you're wondering, like, as a new player, you know, how do I get primary canes and all that? Obviously, there is the tension option, but also, some people may know this, but you can easily get them from Domizone and Duviri. Those arcanes. Usually, not every week, but almost every week. Um, I think Akritis is her name. She will have her, the merchant in Duviri anyway. She has the arcane adapters. So you can use primary and secondary arcanes way earlier than you normally can. And primary crooks, even at rank 0, is still a 50% status chance, 10% ammo efficiency, which is pretty crazy. Considering the weapon has 90% status chance. Like, let's just show a comparison. So we have Scattering Inferno, right? If I put it here, 216 status chance, 270. So with just rank 0 crooks, we get almost plus 40% status chance maximum. And this right now is on what, 200% versus 300%? it's it's just stupid. I don't know. I find it very stupid. And I find it very fun as well. So yeah, if you don't have a Riven, I advise Shotgun Elemental is here. And instead of this, you can either Vigilante Armaments if you have a fire rate buff, or then you can put a fire rate buff, which, as I said, if you have, where is it? This Frail Momentum is 90%, but then Shotgun Barrage, this thing, is also 90% without the negative, which is very weird. So yeah, you can easily just use this and you're good to go. So, that's gonna be it for today's video. I really hope I see some more love onto this gun now, because it got extremely buffed, in my opinion. And yeah, next video is gonna be about a secondary weapon that also got heavily buffed, that is not bugged as well. And I'll keep working on the big video about the 7-day challenge. Thank you everybody so much for watching once again. Discord and Twitch links in the description below, and I will see you on the next video.